sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 80 weapons.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And this one caught by Max Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Lawrence.
Over the middle to Smith. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, You can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now here's Mahomes. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And I think the ball's out. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the sign.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
In motion comes the tight end left. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a toss here, short side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss, because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On third down, Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Chiefs take it over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's taken to the 26.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
This is Smith with a grab. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the next-gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And now here's a carry heading left.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
After one, 7-0. On EA Sports.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a punt. And the Jaguars are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
The Jaguars hit 6-3 on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Now a give inside for Falk. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Now Lawrence. He gets it to Burks again. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
It's complete. He finds Falk here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll give to Falk up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there.
His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. Well, this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Chiefs are back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A slim deficit here in a one possession.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. Looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw is on target to Burks.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Complete. Smith has it. Touchdown.
Devontae Smith
With his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it and miss it.
This is caught inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes under pressure. They got him again. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
104 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal.
Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Caught on the slant, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They go play action with Lawrence. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On the handoff, this is Falk. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run on 3rd down with Falk. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now Lawrence on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On the give, here's Falk. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Three there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Mahomes now on first down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a fourth-quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Got to be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. play action. It's Mahomes. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And some pretty fancy footwork that time. Able to spin forward, and they're going to give him 4 yards on the play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And the ball is knocked out. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to the ground with Fall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read
by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 1st down, Mahomes. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 42nd mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just get going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Jags, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.